Hey guys, my name is Seniac and welcome back to another episode of SnowTown here in City Skylines, where last episode, guys, we did it. I finally built a roundabout in SnowTown. Now, it wasn't what everyone knows a roundabout to be. It wasn't executed how everyone would normally do it. It was executed the Seniac way. And it low-key worked. To the point where we now have no traffic backed up around that roundabout or junction. Everything flows wonderful. And I'm pretty happy. But today we need to try and solve the problem that we have within that industrial area where they're saying there's not enough buyers for the products. And then in some other areas, the commercial is complaining about there's not enough goods to sell. We have a logistical issue right now. So we need to be able to get goods from one side of SnowTown to the other with a little bit of ease, which is why we are going to incorporate cargo airports in today's episode. I want to build two on each side of the map. It's a really easy way for them to connect over, bring goods in and out. It becomes an additional import/export area, which I'm really excited about. Now, guys, if you have been enjoying this episode and the series so far, then please make sure you smash that like button down below. And if you're new around here, then make sure you do subscribe so you're notified when that next episode does come out. Now, this is the big issue we've got. Wait, hold on. Roundabout. Traffic is flowing, kind of, ish, a little bit, still moving, la-di-da. I'm liking it. Anyway, right, let's not get too confused with that. Right, this is the issue. The cargo over here, there is so much of it, right, they're having trouble selling the goods, meaning I can't get the goods out of here quick enough. Then if I still have the problem over here, this commercial over here is complaining about there's not enough goods to sell. So I need to do the old switcheroony. There's even like stuff over here as well. Are you complaining about not enough goods to sell? Which one is this? Who are you complaining? Yeah. So I need to get goods from one side of the place to the other a little bit easier, with ease. So that is what we're going to be setting up today. So I'm going to have a cargo airport around here somewhere. And then I'm going to set another one up over here somewhere. I actually don't know where I'm going to set it up over here. I'm not 100% sure just yet. I might incorporate it over here with a little bit. Well, there's quite a lot of space over there. And then I don't know if it warrants me then building a third one. To kind of help these guys. I don't know. We'll see how far he goes first. But I need to decide the location I want it. So we already have our airport over here. I've got to be careful I don't place it too close or then flight paths will be crashing over one another. Oh, and now I officially have the move it tool back in. So there we go. That was a huge pain, right? Sweet, mate. And we need to utilize these roads a bit more. Now, we did add this little connection in last episode, which has worked out really well for us. We have a little connection here for the airport. I think it will be a good idea if I get the industrial road just there to bring that out by 10. And then let's see, if I did this road, should I do that road there? Yeah, I'm going to do this road here at a 10 by 10 bend. And I'm going to connect these roads up. So what was that there? That was a 7. Should I just go for the full shebang like this? There we go. So I could have led it into this one, but I'm just going to push it over just a tad bit more. Becomes a little through road to the airport connection junction, which then makes me utilize that 4-lane road under the highway a little bit more. I also want to utilize this connection here. Now, because I put a roundabout down, your boy's already thinking about where's he going to put his next roundabout. So little stuff like this, that little junction there, and even that one to a certain extent, underneath the all the highway connection, and that one just there as well. We could potentially put a roundabout there at some point. But anyway, I've bought this out here because I can probably do something to link. I feel like I need another connection round here, and I think that is where the airport connection could come from. If I did it here and brought it up by 30 so it sticks out, and then we'll connect these two roads, and that's what then becomes the road to the airport, the cargo airport that we connect up. Now, we also have to make sure that we get the train connection to it, because the cargo airport also has a train line. Now, let me just see how big the airport actually is. So, cargo hub airport here. So, if I had it like... And it's quite difficult to figure out where I'm going to put it. But if I had it here, is it too much of a crossover to that plane traffic? I mean, I could flip it. I mean, I can't really rotate it much. I could have it crisscross, but I've also got to think about how I'm doing the train line. Now, we have a train line coming up to here, so I could bring it out and across this way in. Or I can connect it off this, or something like that. But let me bring this road up anyway. So if this road just continued to go straight, and we just did a simple 90 degree to create that little grid version there. And then I'm thinking, right, if I brought this and had this continually straight for just the most part right now, what if I just had the airport based off this here? One, it's away from the major flight path. And then we're slightly avoiding the second flight path as well. Now, do I want to do anything fancy for this leading up to it? I don't know how much traffic we're going to have on it. So if I do it, let's just kind of have the thought process that there might be some extra traffic. So if I did this there, and then we went for the standard 5x5, 5x5 turn there. So we've created our little one-way system leading into this area. I drop down the cargo airport, shabam, just like that. Now, is that a little bit too close to the highway here? Nah, I feel like they'll be able to land that just fine. If they can't land that, then, I mean, the way that plane lands so close to there, that highway shouldn't be an issue. And there's airports in the real world that have more difficult landing approaches than this anyway. So that is kind of set up there for us right now. We're going to get the water connection. And we also need the power connection, which where do I bring it from? To there. So that's got everything it needs right now except a rail connection to it. So they can already start utilizing it right now. We've got a little connection here for them to travel out, to drive up to here to get to it, or down here. The turn off for the highway is just literally up there, and one just here as well. We have one further down there. Worst case scenario, I mean, then again, I don't know how much traffic we're gonna get coming from it. But if I do a solid train line connection, then we should be all good, really. So let's get that underway then. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it go underground. So I'm going to bring it to here. And then here we're going to make it go underground. So I could go down by 12. All the way across to here. To there. Pop it back up to 0. And then if I do our little bends here, our little Y connection, making sure that they all are connected, you're good. You're good. And you are... Oh, you're not good. So nothing a little bit of move it tool won't fix. There we go. So that becomes our little train connection to it. Thus allowing us to now be fully connected to the train grid. So we can... You know, everyone can then get to the nearest cargo line. The train could scoot down to the airport and then fly to wherever it needs to go. Just an additional way to export the cargo. Fingers crossed this works out. You never know. You never know. I mean, they got to navigate those mountains as well. I don't make this easy for these pilots, do I? I do not make this easy right now. So that one's in, and we'll kind of leave it like that. Do we have a little bit of a garbage issue over here? What's our garbage processing status? Now, we're going to need to add in a few more by the looks of it. So, the large recycling centres. It looks like we could do with some additional roads. Oh, that's a one-way road. Hold on. So, if I dropped one there, how much does that put my status up by? Have we got to add water? Yep. Only a little bit for that one. Not too much by the looks of it. Gonna add another one just there. And okay, let's pump it up a bit. Not by much, but it should be enough now to keep us substantially in the green for quite some time. They've got their little highway connection just over here anyway, so they can get onto the highway and skedaddle to wherever they need to get to. We're having our first truck now about to start exporting fish via the plane. And then it's just giving it time for them to understand and realise and change their routes to be able to go to that cargo airport. And then we're all good boys. So let's build our second one then over here. And, ooh, we're having heating issues? Are these guys okay? What's going on with my heat and availability? I feel like this is always... I feel like I'm always adding in geothermal plants. Does anybody else get those vibes that I'm always adding these in? So one there, one there. So that puts me considerably above my needs right now. But yeah, a lot more commercial right now is complaining about them issues. So we got to get this all in. Right, so the logical thing is to have an airport around here. Because there's open free space. I can connect it to this 4-lane road that goes up, which allows me to utilize driving the traffic in here. And it just aids all the excitation around these areas as well. Now, I am going to have to get a train line connected to it, and I've got to be careful in this area because we spent so much time and effort and work on perfecting these lines. I could make it a little bit chaotic if I add more in, but we could come up with something. We could definitely come up with something. So, with that 4-lane road we got here, we'll bring it up. There we go. Extend it a little bit further down, which, again, eventually we could add a roundabout on there if that junction becomes a little bit OTT. But this road here could lead me to creating something around here, which would be quite exciting. Now, I'm not going to get too hung up on what is going to be possible. But if I just, for example, pick that line there, I'm not going to have the road go all the way down. Do you know, actually I could. I'm going to actually keep it like that. But I'm more just kind of setting it up now so I can create the bend. So, where would you connect? .26 by 26 we'll go for. So that's where the bend now takes place. And eventually we could get it all connected up to over here. But I'm not going to do just yet. Because I'm going to put pressure on that junction anyway. With what I'm about to add in. So, we'll now add in our airport run. And I've got a little bit of time and space to make it not fancy, but have a little bit of a better entrance point. So I've run it by 15 there. And then using those one-way roads again. I'm going to come out by 10. Come out by 10. And then I'm going to do a 10. No, should I do a 5x5? Yeah, I'm not going to go too mad. 5x5. 5x5. And then 5x5. 5x5. And then straight across byte. That's train line. I want planes. There we go. Cargo airport. Smack bang in the middle. That gives us plenty of room for maneuver. Nice. So, we got to give it the water. And then we've got to give it the power it needs. Which, yeah, we're going to have to come out from this way. There we go. And then the train line. That is going to be the next thing I need to get connected up. So where do I run it? Now, we have the train line just over here, but we already have a little bit of a configuration already preset up. That maybe I don't want to add much to it. But then again, I kind of need to. So what if I utilize... Because I still want this... I might kind of build it off this, but I still want this to be connected to it. So my idea could be... Right, that... So let me run parallel just to there and then just semi-turn that in like that. And I'm going to do an elaborate... Okay, we'll go for 11 by 11. Because that's what the turn there is going to become. And then I'm going to bring that up to there. And if I do another 11 by 11, at least then it's the same length on that bend. And I'll bring that out just a tad. Right, 11 by 11 bend there. Right, and that's just about here. So that's a 12 by 12. And just simply connect it in like that. So, simplistic, but again, at the same time, I still want these guys to be able to connect in. So what I'm going to do for these guys here is run that down to there. 5 by 5. Just something as simple as this. Because then the only people that will use that line there will be that train station. And this aids them to be able to kind of get the goods over to here. So nothing too mental, nothing too chaotic, nothing too crazy. That will lead us to having too much train traffic implemented over here. But we never know, because then all of a sudden everyone could decide that they want to get to over here and it could all change everything. So we don't know until it happens. I'm just going to see how the train traffic unloads itself on these brand new cargo airports. But in other news, we're now connected. We now have 2 at each separate other ends of the place. Do I see any cargo trains heading in? No, you're just passing by. Passing by right now. And there's a few vehicles coming down these roads, so must have worked for somebody. There's a plane there about to fly over and land at the airport. We've got nearly 700 people using it. Holy moly, that's quite a few people, isn't it? That really is. So I don't know whether they've fully updated their routes to understand that they can now use the cargo airport. So I'm still giving a little bit of time. We're still needing a little bit of time to pass by and pretty much get us all up and running. But let's see if any other little issues we can see. That roundabout's still going strong. Look at it, boys. Look at it right now. It's glorious. It's glorious. Right. So that's just an additional way to kind of bring the goods over. We still need other ways in which we can, you know, import, export goods. Now this peninsula over here is going to be complaining, well, it is complaining that, again, not enough goods to sell. So we need a way in which these guys here can import / export goods a whole lot easier. We don't really have any connections on this little section, do we? So maybe something like adding a little cargo hub nearby is going to, well, for the shipping anyway, is going to enable these guys to have their goods imported / exported a little bit easier. Because, yeah, we have this over here, but this is really aiding these 3 industries and this little area that we're going to slowly be building up. It really doesn't kind of aid these guys as much. So I think these guys over here would benefit more from a cargo harbour. So, I'm going to figure out then where the best place for one would be. Because the good little sections like here and here have already been taken. This over here, to be honest with you, this over here, what is it? It is a commercial area. Now, what if I sacrifice that commercial area here in turn for building a cargo harbour? I think that might be the way. So let that all disappear right now. And I'm going to delete the road just to there and there by the bends, and then we'll add the rest of it all in. The cargo hub will go for. Now, I know it can contain trains. I'm not going to add a train in, but you never know in this game. The option is there. So it is right on the corner, which is going to be interesting for the ships to, you know, get themselves in. But like I said, this is going to now enable us to fully be able to bring goods in and out of this section. Now let's upgrade this elevated road area. Oh, but yeah, we do have helicopters over here. I completely forgot about that. Well, that's good then, because it means we have a nice little point of additional connection. Alright, let me bring this down. Bring a path going straight down to here. Simple more connection. They've got to walk around. They can just walk through the path to cut through. And maybe I go a little bit officey on this little section. Like a little bit of industrial. There we go. That will kind of bulk up the area a bit more. And let that do what it's got to do then. So that will be another way that they can import and export goods from this peninsula a little bit easier. So we'll see how that kind of plays out. How's this airport over here then? So we've already got a few vehicles already heading over there. Oh, and we've got an actual... Look at that. And it's coming from this cargo terminal. Would you look at that, boys? I told you it was a good idea. This one's actually getting up and running quicker than the other one. Oh no, there is a few vehicles heading on their way right now. Any trains turning in yet? Yes, boys, we got a train turning in right now. That's come from the ore industry, that has. And there is a plane. It's transporting cargo to the hub from Las Vegas, boys. They're bringing over those casino chips right now, aren't they, from Las Vegas? That's pretty good though, isn't it? That is pretty good. So they're now up and running. Not to say that it's going to solve all of our issues. We've got a bunch of abandoned buildings now turning up, but we've got to make positive steps moving forward to be able to kind of support these areas. Now, the easiest way to do it is to build more commercial, but that's kind of defeating the purpose, if that makes sense. Because I got commercial areas who are screaming out for more goods to sell. So, you know, there is a logistical issue going for all of this. Now, the downside is, with how big SnowTown is, it currently takes a while to simulate the city in the game. So I won't see these changes for another like 30-40 minutes, like at this current speed, which is kind of annoying. It really is. It really is kind of annoying, but I am going to build or try and fill in some more of these gaps then. So we have all that industry over here. We have this residential big section over here. So I'm going to start filling in this little section. And it does make a good idea to build more commercial, but I feel like I might do it over here and just kind of finalize and finish off this commercial area right now, which will be a good step moving forward. So let's get this up and running. Right, let me pause then. Let me turn the anarchy off. So is that that's the 10 point there, which I'm hoping we can 7 by 7-ish continue the bend. We do get this little funky bit of road left over, and we might be able to do something with it. 5 by 6, I'll go with it, just to be able to do something with it. And if I went straight across to there, we have to anarchy that road in to kind of fit in. Now, it does then go on to create a little bit of a grid. And then, is that the 10 mark here? Yeah. Straight down to there. And then here, I don't know whether I do bends or I just stick to these harsh 90 degrees. That's asking for a bit too much trouble. So we got like a nice little road pattern on the go right now, which looks really cool. So I think what we could do here is, if I brought it to about there, and where that bend then happens, just 7 by 9. So a 7 by 9, and we'll finish it like that. And that kind of just finalizes quite nicely that little area. And then we have a little tram stop here, so I want to utilize that. With the path connecting over, so this becomes quite an easier connection. And then we'll do a little walkway cutting through just there, because you are passing through to that commercial area. And I might as well, with the roads, Set up a little bit of a crossing there. And we don't really need one there, so that's all good. Yeah, we'll pretty much leave it like that then. Sweet, mate, sweet. So we're going to... Hang on, hold, before we do, has it got water? No. Of course it hasn't. Alright, get the water added in just here. And then we're first going to fill it up with the high density commercial to kind of fill and complete this little area here. So I know I said, like, you know, easiest way to solve that issue is build more commercial. And I just literally did a whole little speech why we should focus on the actual core issue. And then again, I go and do this. I know, I get it. But this is obviously what we're going to need. So a little bit commercial running through to here. High density. And then residential will just run up to here as well. To kind of be the buffer zone between the low density residential. And then, what is that here? That is the... What is this? Oh, it's a helicopter stop. Of course it is. Of course it is. Right, we're actually... Oh, do I keep... No, we have to keep quite low density over here, aren't we? So I'll go low density commercial. That'll be a nice little tourist attraction because we've got so many people walking in. And then we'll do all offices here to finish this little section off. And then all offices around here because, again, this is our industrial area. And that should finish that area off quite nice. I'll leave this as it is right now, that little section. Because it kind of bows quite nicely into that little gap there with the what's it called again? The shipyard. So there's a lot of zoning have actually now just dropped in, and hopefully that can work in our favour as time goes on. Now, there we go. We're starting to see quite a few vehicles now plodding along around the little U, and by quite a few I mean four vehicles. Another train heading in, which is a good sign already. Very good, boys. But we have so much goods that need to be shipped out. We'll get there. We'll get there. Still waiting for a ship to head in. Are you the ship? No, you're going to Las Vegas. Everyone's going to Las Vegas right now. Have we just signed a new trade deal with Las Vegas or something? I think we might have. I think we low-key might have, boys. But yeah, it's not looking too bad right now. So yeah, we do have all these big issues, but we are making these positive steps to move forward and fix them. Not enough buyers for the products, and these are screaming like, yo, Seniac, not enough buyers for the products. Create more commercial. We're getting there. We got a nice big chunk of it over here, slowly building and growing up. Well, we can extend this area a bit more as well and kind of get all of that up and running. But we've got to be a little bit careful we don't do too much and then have the complete opposite where we're not producing enough goods. Which is kind of like what we're having over here. But again, that is literally just shows you the logistical issues that we're currently facing in SnowTown right now. My other thing is, do I eventually create... I might say, do I connect them there? But I completely remembered. We have this whole underground section here. So if you want to get from there to here, literally, bam, and you're there. Or, granted, that is a little bit more long-winded, but it is still possible. So, yeah. Right, a plane. And they're going from one cargo hub, which is this one, and they're flying to this cargo hub over here. So, there we go. It's officially working. They're transferring the goods via plane from one side to another quicker than the trains could get over there, which is a good sign. So, that is what we're going to call progression. Now, I said we won't really see these benefits and changes take effect until probably like 2 or 3 episodes down the road because of how slow the game now simulates. But we're getting there, boys. We're slowly but surely getting there. So this area is now pretty much all kind of semi-built. It will still go for the upgrade process and whatnot and kind of tick along. But SnowTown, the original side of SnowTown, is slowly filling in. Snowhattan has dense buildings right now. And like I said, we are going to slowly start working on this, but I feel like I need to sort out all these issues right now. Slowly but surely, boys. And we haven't caused too much chaos with the whole train grid yet anyway. There's still time. There is still time right now. Is there lots of passengers waiting over here? Nah, not as many as I was expecting. But the other stop's just here, isn't it? It's a healthy amount of people, isn't it? And then this one is really more for the tourist area. How many people use that? 35 people last week. We have the bridge and the monorail, but it's all intertwined and connected. It's all good, boys. It's all good. And I think on that note, we are going to end it for here then. So, positive steps. I'm excited to see how they progress in the long run. We still haven't had a ship come over to here just yet, but it does take a while for ships to enter the region. This one's going to over there. This one is going to over there. So, yeah, it is what it is at the end of the day. It is what it is. But at least we are doing something about it. And on that note, guys, we're going to end it for here. Hope you did enjoy this episode. If you did, smash that like button down below. And until next time, I'll see you all soon. So, goodbye.